Nigeria's president says his country will win a war on terror despite another attack by armed fighters in the northeast. Boko Haram rebels are accused of killing as many as 300 people in the town of Gamburo Ngala. It's the same area where over 270 schoolgirls were abducted last month. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Abuja, Goodluck Jonathan thanked foreign nations for their support.
As a nation, we are facing attack of terrorists. Let me appreciate you individually and collectively for your support for us, your sentiments, and in fact, by your presence here in Nigeria at this time, you have already supported us to win the war against terror. I believe that the kidnap of these girls will be the beginning of end of terror in Nigeria.
Well, Elizabeth Donnelly is the Assistant Head and Research Fellow of the Africa Programme at Chatham House and joins us from London. Thank you very much for being with us. President Goodluck Jonathan has said the abduction of these girls marks a turning point in the fight against Boko Haram because we've got world powers joining the search for the girls. Do you think that's the case?
Well, it is a significant statement in that actually Boko Haram hasn't received this much international attention since it re-emerged in 2010 as a far more violent organization, nor has the Nigerian federal government come under so much international scrutiny before in terms of how it's responding to the Boko Haram crisis.
Just how do you think the United Kingdom, the US, China, France, just how are they going to be involved?
Well, so far, promise of support has included assistance through sending expert teams. These are small expert teams. You're looking at logistical communications experts, perhaps some technical surveillance equipment, along with the expertise to operate it, hostage negotiators included. The UK, for example, has said it will send a small team which will complement the expert team being sent by the US. As was said, France, China, and also Canada, Australia are interested in supporting this effort. But the point of this is that this assistance is very focused on this particular event, these abductions, not necessarily about the wider Boko Haram crisis, which has been evolving over a long period of time.
Do you think it will open the doors for more international involvement in tackling Boko Haram as a whole?
It might do. However, I think all of Nigeria's international partners are aware that this crisis has been growing over a long period. This is not simply a narrow security threat. This is political and it is economic as much as anything in terms of how this organization has developed. So actually, any effort to address the crisis, it is not going to be simple and it's not going to be short. And I think Nigeria's international partners will be very cautious in how they approach this. Furthermore, the federal government of Nigeria has not actively sought assistance in the past to respond to the crisis. Nigeria does have professional armed forces and should be able to respond to this organization effectively.
Okay, Elizabeth Donnelly, very interesting to speak to you. Thank you very much for joining us.